All right, y'all, we are back with another video and say it ain't so. Now, this video right here is coming by Dr. Steve. And like I told y'all before, man, even a lot of people on the left are starting to side with Trump. A lot of the people on the left now, this ain't just happening. This been going on for a minute now. I'm telling you, Biden ain't the one. He's not the one. The man does not need to be in office. I'm going to continue to say that. I don't care if I got to say it every freaking video. Biden do not need to be in office. We need Trump back in office bad. There's too much stuff going on out here. Wars and stuff going on. I mean, look at all these illegal immigrants Biden and let in. All of a sudden now he want to build a wall, and I'm still pissed off because he haven't gave Donald Trump his thank you. This is crazy. Donald Trump been said build a wall. Biden didn't want to do it. Now he want to do it. So it's just so much stuff going on with Joe Biden. The reason why, like I said before, he has to go. We need Trump back in immediately. Now, this one right here is coming by Dr. Steve. He said liberals are turning against the woke left and embracing Trump. That's news to my ear. That's some good news right there. A lot of people are starting to wake up and smell the coffee. But like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. And I also want to thank everybody that clicked on this video for the very first time. I appreciate you as well. Without further ado, let's dive straight in, y'all. Let's go.
Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve. So are we seeing a massive political realignment in our country? One of the major fallouts coming from the Israel-Hamas war is the very real crack-up of the political left, where pro-Israeli and pro-Hamas sympathies have begun publicly clashing. And this clash is causing a number of liberals to renounce the left and openly embrace President Trump. You're going to absolutely love this. You're also going to love the insane new deals on these incredible Trump $50 coins. They're absolutely beautiful. For a limited time, you can get these incredible collectible $50 for just a quarter of their original price. Each coin is 100% genuine JFK $50, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity letting you know it's one of a limited set. They're all made right here in the USA and make a perfect gift for the MAGA patriots in your life. You can feel the energy rising for 2024. So show your support
I like that.
For the greatest political comeback in history today by clicking on the link in the description below. Get your own Trump $50 today. Meet Mark Fisher. Mark is an avowed leftist, the founder of the Black Lives Matter chapter in Rhode Island and chairman of BLM in Maryland. But listen to what he recently had to say about the mistreatment of J6 prisoners.
Wow. You stand in solidarity with the J6 political prisoners.
Stand in solidarity with any of my American brothers and sisters who are going through hard times or suffering. I don't take pleasure in anybody suffering, especially in a fellow American. So standing in solidarity with them means to me helping them, standing hand in hand with them, and putting all biases aside, all political respective boxes, all political parties and partisanship aside, ideologies aside, because the future is collaboration and the future is allyship.
That's right. You just heard that with your own ears.
Yep.
And he's gone beyond just speaking up for the mistreatment of J6 prisoners. He's now publicly endorsed President Trump. And again, he's not alone. Former New York Times reporter and self-proclaimed liberal Bari Weiss has just written a scathing critique of her fellow leftists, a critique that went so far as to publicly declare a mea culpa for her denunciation of President Trump. She writes, quote, "As a Democrat who's been left homeless, who's now definitely in the center, but probably leaning increasingly right, I'm left yet again with an appreciation, despite the messenger, of the message of the Trump administration, because what those guys did was pretty incredible in hindsight. So much of the work that happened in that Trump administration turns out to have been right. And that's what's so frustrating for me. The work on the border wall, we didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. Turned out it was right. Issuing long-term debt to refinance when rates were at zero, we didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. A structural peace in the Middle East, we didn't like the messenger, so we killed the message. When are we going to stop shooting ourselves in the foot? And when are we going to actually see and take the time to look past who is saying things and actually listen to them word for word? If it's clear that the last 2 weeks have been a wake-up call, the next question is why? Part of the answer is the sheer depravity of Hamas's terrorism, but that depravity has made the justification and celebration of their acts by those who police pronouns that much starker. The contradictions and moral bankruptcy of a worldview that spends years worrying about microaggressions and tone policing, but can't decide what side it's on after the beheading of babies aren't exactly difficult to spot. To put it another way, when Black Lives Matter organizations are lionizing Islamist terrorists by posting a paraglider logo, you'd be a fool not to reassess things. The events of the last week have shattered the illusion that wokeness is about protecting victims and standing up for persecuted minorities. This ideology is and always has been about the one thing many of us have told you it's about for years: power. And after the last 2 weeks, there can be no doubt about how these people will use any power they seize. They will seek to destroy in any way they can those who disagree. Now, what Barry Weiss just said there fits very, very well with the concept we talk about on this channel called refeudalization, where our society is increasingly resembling the kind of caste system akin to the class structure of the Middle Ages. So at one level, we've got a massive amount of power and wealth being accumulated and centralized in the hands of very few people made up of billionaires and bureaucrats, a very small minority. But at another level, we're seeing today a comparable kind of religious fanaticism, not through a clerical class, not through a church, but through what's called a clerisy class, a pseudo-intellectual class dedicated to woke fanaticism made up of race and gender and sex. And these twin dynamics are shaping what scholars increasingly call a neo-feudalized society, where bureaucrats and billionaires are teaming up to create a top-down governance structure that's accumulating unprecedented levels of power and affluence. But at the same time this is happening, we're seeing more and more billionaires and bureaucrats enforcing a highly woke, dogmatic ideology that's designed to destroy any legitimate basis for dissent. So the key here is that radical woke fanaticism actually protects the power and affluence of the billionaire and the bureaucrat by silencing any and all opposition to neo-feudalized dynamics. As we all know, those who refuse to comply with this woke fanaticism that's used to keep people subservient to the billionaires and the bureaucrats are, in effect, excommunicated. Just ask what Justin Trudeau does. It's called cancel culture. And they're excommunicated by being branded as heretics, which
See, that's the thing, man. Like, you start to look at things a little differently, man, and then you start to see how people are starting to wake up and, like, see the truth and not just looking at Trump as being this bad person a lot of people on the left paint him to be, which the man is not a bad person. They just obviously don't like him because they liberal. But then you start to see, like, over time, as a lot of these liberals are starting to say, you know what? Donald Trump is right. I have to say it. Donald Trump is right. And that's what you're starting to see now. You're starting to see that, and you can tell we are starting to see that. Look at the difference in, like, the polls, the way that this man is just running away with the polls right now. If the poll ended today, Biden will be cooked. He'll be cooked. He's already cooked now. So, you know, people are starting to wake up and see the truth and honestly just looking at Trump as this person that can really help this country. Because like I said before, it's just so much stuff that's going on with these countries, like the situation with the Hamas and Israel. It's just all type of things are going on, man. You know, and you got somebody like Biden who just don't know what he's doing. He'll be one place, he'll forget he right there. He don't remember a thing. Like, it's just a lot going on with Joe Biden is the reason why a lot of people on the left, like Bill Maher, like all of them starting to tell Biden, hey, man, you need to go. You need to step down. You need to let somebody else run against Trump. Because if not, Trump is going to win, which in my eyes, I said this before, I feel like Trump is going to win regardless of who's running on the other side. I really don't care. I just still feel like ain't nobody over there being Trump. It's the reason why they are trying their best to kick him out of the debate. But it's not going to happen, though. And, you know, and I like to see stuff like this when you start to see like a lot of these people on the left starting to embrace Trump, believe in his message and stuff like that, and see, after all, the man, he's not a bad person. But we all sick of this election interference crap. It got to stop. Every time you turn around, there's something that they trying to do to stop this man from campaigning like he wanted to do. Let's get back to it.
Today involves being labeled a racist, a bigot, a sexist, and all kinds of phobes. But the key in all of this is that the concept of victimhood is exploited by these woke fanatics as grounds for shutting people down who they don't agree with. There's no discussion. There's no basis for dialogue or legitimate disagreement. Wokeness is a radical, fundamentalist ideology that exploits victimhood as a basis to shut down any and all dissent. It's totalitarian by its very nature. And so what we're seeing happening on the political left right now is that those who sympathize, obviously, with the plight of the Israeli people are just now recognizing, they're just now realizing the fanatical nature of the woke left. It took this horror for them to realize that there's basically no difference between their fellow woke leftists and Hamas terrorists. Both are flying the same flags. Both are celebrating the same things. Both are denouncing the same people, the same nation. And to say that the events that have transpired over the last several days have been utterly shocking for many on the political left, that would be an understatement. Now, how many of them are ultimately going to vote for Trump? We'll have to see. Old habits die hard. The barriers to political realignments.
I mean, we'll see, though. Like he just said, we don't know how many is going to vote for Trump, but we do know some of them, if not the majority of them, are going to vote for Trump. Y'all seen it in my past videos over the weeks how a lot of people on the left are starting to lean the other way and say, you know what? Let me go over here with Trump. So this ain't just starting. It's been going on for a minute. And like I said, you can kind of see the difference in the polls and the reason why Trump is winning in the landslide in just about almost every state. Just about. But right now, Trump is running away with it. Running away with it. And there's just some things like that that you love to see. Because we definitely need the man back in office fast.
Very, very formidable and stubborn. But if the political left does finally fracture as a result of the fallout from the Middle East, we may be looking back at October 7th as the day President Trump got reelected.
Yep.
Hey, gang.
Shout out to Dr. Steve, man. He always come through with the amazing content, the amazing videos. Shout out to him. You know, we both on the same page with me and Dr. Steve, man. He speaks his mind. He tells it like it is. He give us his reasons and why he know Trump will be back in office, why he's winning in the polls by a landslide right now. The reason why Biden is just bumbling on down, just bumbling on down. He got to go. We all saying it. I'm saying it. Dr. Steve saying it. Y'all saying it. Benny Johnson saying it. Everybody. Biden has to go. Like I said, we have made it to the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I will leave this original video by Dr. Steve in the description. Make sure y'all go over there. Show him some love. Let him know that I sent you. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.